Hello there everyone and welcome back to Let's Play The Lost Vikings. In the last part we've made it to World 6, which is back in space. We're back in space. Thanks for confirming that, Baliok. Good, now let's find this tomato character. Yeah, if he doesn't find us first. Okay, so right away we find a blue keyhole here, and only Eric can jump over this gap here, and only Olaf will be able to glide down here past the electricity barrier. Let us continue exploring with Eric though. We will ignore this elevator for now and just keep on jumping over gaps here. And now we drop onto those springs. There's electricity everywhere here, so this stage is kinda serious with this. We grab this bomb, fall between the two electricity barriers, and then grab the ladder in mid-air. If we wouldn't have grabbed this ladder in mid-air, then we would have fallen on top of this electricity barrier and died. There's a yellow key down there, and a switch that only Baliok can hit. But how do we operate this switch? This is where we will have to explore with Olaf. And he can glide past these two electricity barriers. Baliok right now from the start can't do anything. We grab the bomb and enter the teleporter, which teleports us all the way over to the right here. And we can see Eric hanging in there. Hey Eric, how's it going? And if you fall down here, you see an electricity barrier. We barely dodged that. And there's the computer right below the barrier. So that's how you find that out. We'll need to drop a bomb down here. But we couldn't do this from below anymore, because Olaf cannot jump. So the only way to hit the computer here is to drop the bomb when you're falling right from this teleporter. We've hit the computer, which deactivated that electricity barrier, and at the same time we've destroyed these blocks down here. I think there was a graphical glitch that one of the blocks up there was still active. And the blue key is here, as the screen is red, and the annoying sound effect is happening because we destroyed the computer. Now we can activate the keyhole and the bridge is being made, and now Olaf and Baliok can access the part to the right here too. We can go down here with the elevator, and we see a new enemy. It's this weird flying saucer thingy, and it shoots little bursts of electricity. They only deal 1 point of damage. They don't instantly kill like the electricity barriers. 3 hits with Baliok's arrow will deal with it, as we grab this destroyer item. And here is a spot where we can shoot an arrow through. Switch to Eric while shooting the arrow, and then the screen follows the arrow and hits the switch. Yeah, if you do not do this, by the way, then the arrow disappears as soon as it gets off screen. I think I did mention it in World 4 in the factory, where we had to use this trick for the first time ever. You know, this shooting an arrow and switching to another character trick. We used the keyhole there, which opened up the barrier, and now we get past these electricity barriers, which randomly appear and disappear. And we go to the left and we see these 16 blocks there. We drop a bomb here and jump back here in order to not get killed. And we can go here and destroy this. And we see there's nothing here, but Olaf will have to drop here. And yeah, you need to destroy this wall before dropping down here, because afterwards you can't go back here anymore. We also press the switch to turn off this electricity barrier to the left. Then we go to this teleporter and we end up here. And as you can see, there is no teleporter back. So you need to make sure that you blow up the wall up there. We grab yet another bomb, go through this invisible wall, and use a teleporter that brings us here. However, to be perfectly honest, we can now actually go back. That's something that I just wanted to test. Okay, and that means that you do actually have a chance of doing things again. Okay, with that being said, let's have Eric and Baliok step onto this elevator. And we will have to take a different path with Olaf. Why can't we just choose the same path with Olaf? We'll find out. Okay, so this is why we had to destroy the wall and deactivate the electricity barrier so that Olaf could drop down here. There's a anti-gravity field here, so we are just floating here, dodging those electricity barriers. Then we fall down. There are a lot of items to grab. Make sure not to grab all of them. Only 3 at maximum, and then we grab the red key. Yeah, if you grab 4 food items, then you have no space left to grab the red key. So that's a trap, actually. Especially because you don't need food anymore, because I will tell you right away, we won't encounter any enemies anymore. So yeah, the only thing that's going to kill us now are electricity barriers, which are instant kill. So those food items were So those food items were completely useless anyways. They're a trap. Don't collect too many of them, or else you won't be able to collect the red key. Now we go here. There are those platforms that appear, and then we can sail over to the right here. And we can see that we need a red and a blue key here. That's why we needed to take the special path with Olaf rather than the easy one, because we needed that to get the red key. There's an electricity barrier up here. We can go up here with this elevator and shoot a switch with Beliog. And shoot a second switch with Beliog, which deactivated this yellow and black barrier here. And now Beliog can successfully go up here. Now we go up these 3 platforms with Eric and dodge the electricity while we are at that. Once those platforms hit the ceiling, I think, they come out back at the bottom, which is necessary, so you're able to climb back up here again. We drop a bomb here to destroy that wall, but we need to jump to the right quickly, otherwise the bomb would hit Eric and kill him. And now we can shoot this arrow with Beliog and hit this switch and enter this teleporter, which brings us back here. And now this electricity barrier up here is deactivated. We can jump on Olaf's shield and go up here for the blue key. Now we've collected the second key. Now we just need to get Beliog safely back down. Need to keep on going up and down with the elevator to avoid hitting the electricity barrier. And now, pretty much all that's left to do is cross to the right here with the other characters. Let's go with Beliog. There we go. Now let's deactivate the blue key as well. And that opens up the barrier. And we just drop on the spring and safely go to the right side. Be careful not to drop into the electricity. And that's the end of the stage already. Yeah, this had a lot of platforming, basically, where I had to dodge electricity, and that's pretty much the general gist of the levels in the return to the spaceship, basically. So, you're back aboard my ship. Why don't you let us go back home, Tomator? Silly Vikings. Don't you know that all evil space aliens need innocent prisoners? Oh yes, I'm pretty sure they do. It's a stereotype, I guess. And we are now on this level, which has password FRGT, which stands for Frigate, I believe. There's an electricity barrier right here, and we can see a blue and red keyhole. And a switch up there, and some blocks. Some iron blocks, or whatever they are, those grey blocks. So yes, all we can do at this point... Whoops, I wanted to ram this wall. Nothing behind there. All we can do at this point is step into the elevator with everyone. The password for the previous level was TFFF, by the way, which I have no idea what that stands for. There's one of those grinder thingies from which was introduced in stage 4 of the first trip into space, you know, World 1, where it was introduced in a level which had GRND, or grind, as password. Need to jump over this with Eric. Go here, there's this electricity barrier. Same old trick with shooting the arrow and switching over to the character. And there we go, then the arrow hits the switch. This was a normal switch, by the way. We could have operated that by pressing the A button with a normal character, but yeah, we still needed to shoot an arrow in order to be able to have it go through the electricity. We got 2 bombs. One of them will have to be used here on these 4 blocks. Yep, that worked. Yeah, hitting the arrow not only disactivated the electricity barrier, but also the grinder, so now the other characters can step over it. There's one of those flying saucer enemies down there, or UFO enemies, I really don't know how to call them. We will protect the other characters with Olaf's shield. Fortunately, even although these guys can fly in their flying saucers, they still can't fly above Olaf, so Olaf can protect the other characters from him. These guys are very weak enemies. We can deal with them easily. There's yet another teleporter, which we can enter. You see a red key below this teleporter here. And now we are here. We only have one chance. We are not allowed to fuck up. We have to jump up to the left teleporter with Eric. Only he can reach it with his jumping ability. There we go. I think if we fell down, we couldn't ever return back. Maybe if we jumped on Olaf's shield, but I'm not sure. And then the next thing you need to do is, we see the switch here, right? But how would we reach it with Beliok? He would need enough height. Well, you drop on Olaf's shield. Now Beliok can hit this switch and deactivate that electricity barrier below, and he can step onto this elevator. So make sure to have Olaf help Beliok out here, because if Beliok should happen to drop at this point here where Olaf is, then he wouldn't be able to get to this elevator up there, this teleporter up there, and then he would be dead, right? If Beliok stood where Olaf stood right now, then he could only drop to the right here and he would die. He wouldn't be able to make it past those two electricity barriers. Even more electricity down there, so we need to be careful and make sure to always land on the springs. It's best to have the shield up so that Olaf glides downwards more slowly. We got the red key. Now we gently glide above this electricity barrier. We press this switch up here to deactivate the electricity barrier down here. And then we enter the teleporter. And that was Olaf's route. He got the red key and this deactivated an electricity barrier. And that's what he needs to do. Now we shall go with Eric's path. Ah yeah, he actually can't continue unless Olaf goes first, because now this electricity barrier is deactivated. And now what you need to do is you need to jump above this, over this electricity barrier and drop a bomb while you jump. Only get one chance to do this right. If you misplace the bomb, then it's game over. You need to do that to destroy these blocks. Now that this is done, we can enter this teleporter here, and now we end up here. There's a barrier blocking our way to the right and a bomb up here. And this is a part that has stumped me and my mom back then for quite a long time. There's the anti-gravity barrier, which makes you go up. But where do we go from here? The answer is, we've suspected, me and my mom back then, that you need to go down. But how do you do this? I mean, if you just step to the left, then... oh, did you see that? We slightly went down, but yeah, if you step to the left, you go up. If you jump to the left, you also go up. What you need to do is you need to jump, and then as you fall down, go to the left. Like so. And then you can drop down there. As soon as you land, you will go back up, but yeah, you can just go to the right. There's the computer here, and the shield medallion. Holy shit. Did I just ram the computer? You can ram the computer. I'm trying to ram the wall. Okay, ramming the wall does nothing. I've rammed the computer 3 times. Didn't do anything. I was almost hoping that I could destroy it with a bomb. That would have been an amazing discovery. But anyway, let's just drop the bomb. And as you can see, that disactivated this barrier. And now we can go down here with the same trick. Whoops, I messed up here. Yeah, you need to jump, and as you descend, you need to go to the right. And that way you will fall through the anti-gravitational field. And now we are here. There's electricity both at the floor and at the ceiling, and there's fireballs falling down. You need to dodge those. There's an apple here. We might as well use the shield medallion and make it past those fireballs. And now, when I was little... No, I can't demonstrate it yet. I'll have to demonstrate it at the point up there. Anyways, more fireballs are falling. And there's these electricity barriers again that keep turning off and on themselves. Need to be careful, need to time it well so that we can make it past the fireball and the first electricity barrier all in one go. There we go. And there's the yellow key, just where the second electricity barrier would have been. Ouch, we got hit there, but no problem. Yeah, when I was little, me and my mom, we would have just gone to the left there, like so. And we were unfortunate enough, or I was unfortunate enough, to get hit by a fireball right now. And that killed me. So that's what happened back then, when I didn't know how to do this. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I think I kind of had to demonstrate this. To demonstrate it, we will quickly make it back to where we were, now that we know how to do this. And let's just hurry up. I think that at maximum we will have lost 2 minutes, or 3 minutes rather. Okay, we've destroyed the wall here again. Now we can trap the enemy to the right there. And we will actually not need to kill this enemy in order to save time. We will leave him alive, but we will have the other character step here. There we go. And yes, so I just died by going to the left too fast. And we hit the fireball, which pushed Eric back, and then he got pushed up into the electricity barrier and died. But yeah, sometimes me and my mom, we continued to use this strategy, but sometimes it would work. Sometimes we would get past the fireball and we would bump our head on the ceiling in the middle and be safe. Okay, we already got Olaf's part done. Yep. So now we can have a shot at Eric's part again. We dropped the bomb here because it will be mandatory later. We've played 1.5 minutes so far since our last death, so yeah, we did indeed not lose too much time. I immediately used the shield medallion after having used the bomb as well. Screen turns red. Back when I was playing with my mom, I was always waiting here until the screen turned back normal again. Did I say, by the way, that the screen turned black? I of course meant the screen turned red. It did turn black for a short time, but now it turned red. Yes, we used to wait until the screen was back to normal so we could see better where we were going. Ooh, that's careful. Not careful, but dangerous. If you get hit like that, then immediately make sure that you move past the electricity barrier. Yeah, the better technique is to go to the right. You see, there's one small little block to the right. Basically, the electricity barrier thing, where you can bump your head. And yeah, that gives you some time. This allows us not to die by not touching the electricity, and now we have much more time to react here and get past the fireball. But yeah, what I wanted to say is back then, me and my mom, we would have just kept pushing the D-pad to the left, and if we got lucky, then we made it past the fireball and hit our head here on the ceiling in the middle. But just 2 minutes ago this went wrong, I hit the fireball and died. Really wanted to demonstrate this. And in particular, let's eat the items, we couldn't make it past here. We just kept pushing the D-pad to the right here, and then you are guaranteed to hit your head on the electricity barrier, because look at this. This electricity barrier is lower height than the other electricity barriers have. Even if you do not hit this one fireball here to the right, you would hit your head. So you need to bump to this block to the left here. You absolutely need to, otherwise you die. Okay, so after we've bumped our head successfully and gone downwards, like this, then we will immediately go to the right, and that's how we make it past here. Back then, me and my mom, we were stuck on this part for ages. Took us forever to figure out how this works. But now we are here. We can now jump on Olaf's shield, push this button to deactivate this barrier. Now we can use the yellow key and the red key. And all that's left is Beliog's special path. So let's go here. Only thing we can do is drop down here and go here. There are three levers here. Need to figure out the right combination. I will spare you any experiments because I know by heart that you have to press the one on the middle, which turned 2 of them off, and then the one on the right. There we go. So off, on and on, or up, or down, up and up is basically the right positions of the levers. Yeah, I said on and off first, but those aren't on and off switches. These are just up and down levers, basically. Now, there's this circular platform. You need to be careful and drop onto it. There's one of those switches that can only be hit by arrows, and hitting it destroys that wall there. There's one of those UFO guys here. Can hit them from behind. We've just hit him with an arrow, and that immediately made him turn around and fire an electricity blast, but we dodged that. So yes, these flying saucers, they turn around when they hit the wall to the right, or, as we've seen, they were turning around when we were hitting them with an arrow. And so we have already destroyed one, but I'm going to demonstrate that you don't even need to do it. Just go behind him, and then he won't even notice you. So yeah, very easy to deal with those enemies. You don't even need Olaf's protection. And that, with the blue key, marks the end of the second stage of Road 6. So we've got this in 20 minutes, even although I died once. And now I have you right where I want you. Standing next to the exit. Hey, good point, Beliok. That's awesome. Quick, let's get out of here. Wait, that's exactly what he expects us to do. Or maybe that's what he wants us to think he wants. I'm confused. Let's just... Yeah, Olaf, always not too bright. And this will be stage 3 of Road 6, and we will do this in the next part, guys, so see you then.